I was worried because I couldn't find the other one. I know I didn't use no.
Alright. I am back. Jack will be back in a minute.
I guess you won the knife fight?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Also, I forgot to turn my stream on, so I'm glad I did that before combat started. Oops.
What do you mean? Nathan's not going to have the recap of our epic conversations.
I don't think he missed too much. Who disappeared? Oh, fucking Rhythm Bot, you bastard. Fuck
Our
you,
opponent.
Rhythm Bot. Get back in
This
here.
is why YouTube didn't ban Rhythm Bot, because it sucks.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So is that what happened to Groovy? The YouTube banned it? Or
What?
Yeah, Google.
Yeah, they sent a cease and desist saying that you can no longer link YouTube videos to play.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because it was losing them ad revenue. Or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That's
Lame
so
and
lame.
dumb. Yeah, super lame.
Everybody fucking uses an ad blocker anyway.
yeah.
Consider that your marketing tactics suck.
True. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
Sorry, I kept them entertained while you were gone. I told Emily the story of my life, all the relevant bits,
The whole thing.
how you're a terrible person and all that stuff. You're at best a side character.
Yeah, he
like,
told me the story of your life, actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not
I told him
surprised.
all about Jordane, in case you didn't know. All the parts he didn't want her to find out about, I told her. I almost dropped my drink all over myself because I was talking. That'll teach me. Probably not.
No, probably not.
Probably. When is the next Frederick Knudsen video?
Who the fuck is Frederick Knudsen?
Some guy who makes like his channel's called Down the Rabbit Hole. If that gives a little insight on his content as well. Oh, Eve Online. What is that? Yeah. Like real economy or? Oh my god. I'm excited. Fred in the Nud.
Yo, who's hyped as fuck to start yet another campaign?
Yeah!
And you know what the cool part is? I'm not even gonna take literally a year to start it.
Yeah!
Emily, I checked when I started messaging people about this campaign. It was the beginning of last October.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I stalled out for quite a while, that's for sure.
I may be able to bully a friend of mine into running Curse of Strahd for me and whoever I can fucking scrounge up.
Nice.
So.
Never a bad choice.
Who are you gonna get to do it? Say when I know.
I don't know. I don't think anyone would be interested besides me.
I would go for Curse of Strahd. That's something I was thinking about running instead of Rime of the Frost Maiden. Yeah.
Alright, I have something
It's okay.
in my throat.
Don't choke to death.
Yep.
Oh, baby!
Oh, it's okay.
bonus points to whoever figures out what I ripped off for this encounter.
Is it already set up?
No, not yet.
Okay. What do we get for the bonus points?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You get 1 gold.
Shit. What are you talking? 1 fucking gold? I made more as a waitress. Fucking rip off.
You rolled pretty good for those.
I did.
Do we want to pre-roll people's other stuff, or do we want to just worry about it when they go to sell those things?
I think you should worry about it when they sell it.
Okay.
Because I
Plus,
think it depends on who you're selling to.
yeah, and plus Jackie and Nathan haven't even like made their items anyway, so
Yeah.
I have an item I'm making. What? I know I had a item, but I don't have to make it.
you can decide what it is.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to
Yes,
like
I have
make
her
it. You
homework.
can just decide what it is all, for flavor reasons.
Flavor.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think Emily is downstairs or doing something with the dog. I saw her walk by with the cute dog.
Mari's adorable.
Hey.
The dog in the basement.
She got upset. It's fine.
Are the burbs allowed downstairs?
Yes, they are.
Checker Jane told me about the
Well-
birds.
Did I post the picture I took?
No.
Fuck no, you didn't.
Oh my god, shut up, Blake. So aggressive.
It's okay. Everybody here knows how I am by now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Shouldn't expect otherwise. That's my bad. Where's the picture?
Next character is going to be this soft-spoken person who literally just can't open their mouth for anything.
No, they won't. You don't have fun with that kind of character. You like being loud.
Bullshit.
Where the fuck is the picture? Am I blind? Did I go by it? Yes, I did. Because I'm actually an idiot.
Good job.
The bird's name is
You're
Alex,
cutting
right?
out.
Alex, right?
Oh, he's so cute.
It's a good picture.
Yeah. Look, babe. It's Alex. Some boy.
I can't believe you didn't take a picture, Jared, when they both flew on my shoulders.
Sorry, hun. There were birds flying everywhere. I did my best, okay?
Yeah, it was a bit of a hectic moment.
We would get one of them back on their cage, and then the other one would jump off and fly somewhere. So we were just playing musical chairs with birds.
Alex mostly stayed, but Earl just didn't want to get off.
All right. Is everybody good to play the video game?
Nope.
By video
Oh,
game,
yes.
I mean game.
Regular game.
Technically, it is on our screen. So video.
The
Holy
dramatic music.
shit.
Is it the final boss already?
Yeah, it's the fight sit on. I'd like you guys to see if you guys can kill a god right now.
Let's go.
Sit on these nuts.
Shut up.
God,
You're banned. Get out. Get out. Nope. I won't tolerate that here. Alright. So, you guys are maybe, quarter mile up the road. You guys can see the Sour Vintage still. There are some people kind of milling around outside. There's a few people. Bertrand is outside cutting wood. A few people, especially there's a couple of centaurs and a satyr who are standing off to the side and kind of like staring out into the woods, because they can probably also sense that something is off. But you guys can hear like a thundering noise coming from the woods, and you guys can hear the cracking of trees, and it sounds maybe like hooves or something. You're not sure, but the the noise is definitely getting noticeably closer, and everyone outside of the inn kind of stops what they're doing. Couple of one of the centaurs and another paladin woman draw their weapons, and thundering out of the I said again, and thundering out of the trees comes this monstrosity. It's like crawling along on like 10 or 12 different arms. It's got like this kind of like oval body and two glowing red eyes. The thing is fucking massive, and it knocks over several trees to the side as it like barrels through. But its body is like swimming in these like black and like red worms, basically. Like,
No name?
it's not no name. But it's like this like monstrosity. It's huge. It's like maybe like 10-15 feet tall. It's got like these like all of its body seems to be wriggling. You're not sure if it's solid or not, but it has two glowing red eyes at the center of its mass. And it's not looking at you guys right now. You guys are kind of like off to the side, but it's looking over towards the sour vintage.
Oh fuck no!
And so it barrels out of it. We'll say the sour vintage, like, here, hold on. So the sour vintage is like down. Oh. It's like down there. Like that's where the edge of its like property is like down there. So let me roll its initiative. How do I do that? All right, so you guys will get to take the first round, I guess.
Gotcha.
All right, go ahead. Deyanira, is that it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. Shit. One sec. Okay. I will start by. What is this? What is innate spellcasting?
I think that's just a. Are you looking at your feature section right now?
No, I'm looking at my spellbook, and it's separate from cantrips. I don't really.
You have those two spells as like racial spells, so you can cast those whenever, without consuming spell slots.
Cool. Okay. Then I'll. I guess I'll cast Fairy if I can. Let's see. Okay, sure. I think I can use it once per short rest, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, does it require a save?
13
If
dexterity.
it fails a dex saving throw. Gotcha.
Oh, I have to place it. Okay, sure.
20 foot by 20 foot. Oh, that's kind of neat.
I'll choose Violet Light just for fun.
Nice. All right, let me make his it's a roll. I mean.
Okay.
It would not pass it would not pass the roll, so it fails. So that means it's like outlined in light now, right? And you guys get.
Yeah. Attacks get advantage against it. If the attacker can see it, blah, 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 blah. And if it can't benefit from being invisible. Okay.
Okay. Any attack rolls? So it'll just last basically the rest of the combat. Okay. The duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Okay, cool. Alright, so you can go ahead and end your turn.
Gotcha.
Okay. Elena's going to curse, like, under her breath, because Bertrand and Gertrude are very important, as far as I'm concerned anyway. I love them. So she's going to move, if I can get her to move. I can never move the token. There we go. That's probably why.
You can also use the arrow keys to move your token as well.
That's what I'm using, but it won't let me move them. There it goes. What the hell happened there? See, I'm pushing them and they don't move. Oh well, I'll move her normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Collides with at least one wall. What the fuck do you mean? Am I not allowed to... Oh, there she goes. Or no?
Do you want me to take care of it later?
Are you moving? Like,
No, I'm
what
not
the
doing
hell is
anything.
happening? Okay, there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what the hell was up with the computer. Like, that was not fucking... Yeah, fuck you, Mr. Buff Warrior Man.
Stupid
Okay.
dragon bird.
Okay, so Elena is actually going to cast this at a range of 120 feet. So from where she is, she can hit the bastard.
Nice.
Okay, so she has advantage because of fairy fire. And so when Elena casts, what happens is she actually, for the somatic components of her casting, she holds out her left hand or her right hand. And if you're paying attention, you can see that she sort of flicks her fingers like she's flexing them like this.
Mm-hmm.
But between them, what's happening is a tiny arc of electricity, and barely more than a spark, jumps from the finger she closes to the next one, to the next one, all the way to her pinky, which then jumps into her palm. And once it jumps into her palm, when she throws her hand forward, this undulating mass of energy soars out of it, heading straight for the monster.
I'm retiring. You can take over from here.
Why the fuck? This is
That was a cool description.
That's what she does when she's using magic.
Chaos Bolt, 16. 16 hits.
Okay. Damage. So it does a total of 17 damage,
Wow, what
and
the
it
fuck?
is either...
First level spell?
Yeah, it's a first level spell. It is either a 4 or a 7, so it's either force damage or psychic damage. I'm going to say it's force damage.
Okay, sounds good. As the Chaos Bolt kind of arcs across this like monstrosity's back, it's not facing you guys, it's facing towards the Sour Vintage, but as it arcs across its back, you guys can see that it reveals like a mass of like, it like kind of cuts through the worms. It doesn't like pierce directly through the whole thing's body, but it like cuts through some of the worms that are like undulating across its back. Undulating stuck in my head now, thanks Blake. But it like cuts through some of the worms that are on its back, and it kind of like opens up a small path before it closes, and you guys can see like a mass of like knotted like bloody fur under there.
Aww, poor thing. But
Oh no.
it's gonna fuck up the Sour Vintage. So instead, I have to do this. I have to murder it. There's
All right.
actually just no other choice.
You can end your turn.
I have another thing to do. What the fuck are you
Oh,
talking
all
about?
right,
I'm
all
going
right, all
hard.
right. Level 3 has bonus actions apparently. All right, whatever.
I do. I'm going to use Quickened Spell. So I spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time of one of my action spells to a bonus action. So I eat 2 of my sorcery points, and I am going to cast Mind Sliver.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to use either a cantrip or not.
We can re-examine that rule later on, but if you want to use another regular spell, I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think it's dumb I think the whole cast 1 spell per turn is stupid. I think that's a dumb rule.
Alright then, so what happens is Elena throws her ball of force damage, and in the meantime, she's flexing her other fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more lightning flowing between them, and she casts Chaos Bolt again, and flings the other one.
All right. How many spell slots do you have, by the way?
I have 4 first level and
Wow.
2 second level.
What the fuck? That's crazy. That feels like a lot to me. Am I wrong?
Now, what?
It's like that meme. Is 3 a lot? Spell slots? No. It's like, but it's the warlock saying it because the warlock only ever has like fucking 2 spell slots.
Yeah. Okay, 22. I'm assuming hits.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that one. another fucking 4 and 7, or this one's a 3 and 7. So this one actually explodes in a ball of fire instead of the force damage.
Okay. So the same thing is gonna happen again, except like this one hits a little more directly. It doesn't like kinda, because the way I think of like the force damage is it's like that thing they do in anime where they shoot like a ball of something, it just carves right through. It like carved a path through the worms, but this one kind of like splashes against its back and lights a chunk of stuff on fire. And you know, you see some worms kind of fall onto the grass, and where they hit the grass kind of like, even the parts that aren't on fire, it like kind of leaves like this black like goop that kind of like sizzles and like burns the grass and the ground. But the creature is still not really looking towards you guys. It mostly seems to be ignoring it.
Fucking.
How much have you dealt
fixated
total? Like 30?
14 plus
17, I think, right?
17, yeah. So about 31.
Okay. All right, go ahead and
Nah,
take your
my
turn,
turn.
Seth.
Sorry, I know it took forever.
Oh, it's okay.
How dare you?
Magic's supposed to be cool. I had to describe it.
It is cool.
It is cool.
It's just gonna take the ready action. In case it comes at us, I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. the big pit warriors, like, I'm ready to fucking get out of here. All right, is that all you're doing? Do you have a bonus action or
Yeah.
anything?
No bonus action.
Okay, your turn, Jackie. Yeah, another question. Why the fuck does Jackie's fucking character still say alpha in front? Like I have two parties anymore.
Because she's a Chad.
Yeah, true. Alpha Iris. Oh, I see why.
That thing is really far away.
Update token.
Oh yeah, maybe I should have run up to it my last turn.
If you'd like to adjust where you ended your turn, you can.
Let's see. I see
my
a ruler.
weapon.
What's that, huh?
Using a bonus action to coat my chakram
Okay.
with poison. Let's see. 5, 10.
Speak.
Yeah, I'm liking this song.
Yeah, then I'm gonna run up on him a little bit. By a little bit, I mean the maximum distance. I think it's.
That was
yeah.
there.
How do I?
So you have the ruler option on. You want to be on like the top
I'm
selected.
attempting to. Oh, select tokens. Okay. Wait, is it right?
Actually, I think I'm gonna go back here because I think I can still attack from here, right? Yes.
So were you? Oh yeah. So do you know how ranges work for throwing weapons, hon?
Nope.
So your chakram lists two ranges. It's 60 feet and slash 120 feet. So you can make normal attacks within 60 feet, but anything between 60 and 120 is done with disadvantage.
Okay, but I'm in range,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, you're in range. I was just letting you know that if it's past 60, it'll be disadvantage.
Okay. And since I have an offhand as well, what do I do?
So you would do your main hand one, and you can't do the offhand because that's a bonus action.
That's a bonus
yeah,
action,
and
I
you
use my
use that
bonus
for your
roll.
for your
Okay, that
poison.
makes sense.
And what did we decide for your poison stuff? Like, is it damage or is it like the status effect? I forget.
Well, so what it says.
Oh yeah, because you have the feature or whatever, right?
Yeah, I have poison or potent poison. Here. Let me just do this for you. I don't know if it's the same thing. Is it? Can it be? I don't know how this works.
Let me see. Once applied, attains potency for 1 minute until you hit with the weapon. Deals damage to a creature. Must succeed on a con throw or take an extra 2d8. So it only happens once when you apply it to it, right? Did you apply it?
It's a bonus action.
I was just wondering if it counted as applied to both. You know,
It doesn't matter.
I'll say that. Well, yeah, but you have two separate weapons as well. I'll say that you applied it to both for now. We'll figure it out later. Not gonna worry about it too much yet.
Anyway, so let me try the attack. Okay, I don't think that hits. Alright, that's good.
6 misses. So you guys see Iris kind of. Is it Iris or Eris? It's Iris, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're telling me is the E at the start doesn't even have to be there.
I'm gonna kill you.
So
It's there to make it look more Greek.
Iris.
so you guys see this do they even know you're Amazonian? Like, would they know right now?
They don't know that much about me.
Okay, so is an Elena see this, but I guess Dainara would be focused on forward. But you guys see this this young woman kind of throw her cloak back a little bit, and she grabs like two discus-shaped objects. She kind of runs a bit of poison over them or something. But then you guys see like a round disc kind of fly out and like barely glance past the creature, and then like kind of boomerang back to her. And you can end your turn, and then we'll.
I already did.
Okay, it is your turn again, Emily.
It's not the monster's turn.
Oh yeah, I guess the monster should take a turn. So on its turn, so it's still kind of wreathed in indigo or violet light. How far is it? All right. So it is going to charge straight at the Sour Vintage. It's focused on the people that are kind of standing outside right now. There are some like centaurs and satyrs and a couple other people that have like drawn weapons. They're not really sure what to do, what the creature's gonna do, because it kind of rolled its way out of like the forest and then like kind of stood there staring. But all of a sudden, it's gonna charge straight at the Sour Vintage.
Oh boy.
No! And as it does that, it kind of as it does that, it comes to a stop at like the edge of the property, and you guys can see like all these little wards and stuff light up along the edge of the property that kind of like they glow with like this bright yellow light briefly, but then you guys can see along the edge of the property tiny fires sprout up as kind of you see like a shield of light kind of disintegrate above the Sour Vintage, and the first kind of warding layer would seem it has been destroyed. But it as it collides with this though, its shape kind of like it's almost like it's a slime, but like it like kind of slams against the wall, and like all these worm things kind of like cascade up, and they form like a half wave that's kind of like stuck against that wall, and then like kind of like slurp back onto it. But as it does that, you guys can see kind of what looks like some kind of four-hoofed beast underneath the underneath like the worms and like the darkness. But it does that, and it kind of gets knocked back and concussed a little bit. It's gonna end its turn there.
Why is this giving me Princess Mononoke vibes?
Because that's where I stole it from. Jackie gets the bonus points.
Yay! Inspiration.
No, you don't. You can
get
have
1 gold.
you get 1 gold. That's your reward, sweetheart.
Alright, Maddie.
And at the end of the round, one centaur warrior is gonna kind of like charge in from the side and start heading towards helping you guys. So I'm gonna add them to combat.
Is that what the unknown combatants are?
What's that?
Is that what the unknown combatants are in our battle thingy?
What do you mean?
That tracker? It has unknown combatants.
Does it?
Yeah.
It doesn't for me.
Oh, it does for me. You see them?
Yeah. What the fuck?
I'll take
Yeah,
a
under the
screenshot.
initiative, there's 4 unknown combatants.
Can you guys see each other?
I
Yeah.
am, yes.
What the fuck? There shouldn't be.
In our session for today.
That's odd. I don't know why that would be there. You guys can ignore those, I guess.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know why that would be there or how to clear it, because there's nothing else on this. That is super odd. And I don't have. I don't have anything at 3.14 initiative. Yeah, it must be from like the last combat I didn't close or something. I don't know. But okay, so this thing's turn is over, and we will start a new round.
Let's see, am I close enough to it to just start whacking him?
He's moved quite a bit.
I'll go ahead and
Yeah,
delete this.
I'm not. Okay. I have a crossbow? Question mark? Guess I'll whip it out. Let's see.
Whip it good.
The range. I'm just gonna assume. I'll move up to attack. Oh, okay. Alright.
19 hits.
How do I do the damage roll?
So up where it says, up where you did your crossbow, right under attack, you're just going to click the damage button.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Alright, so 5 damage.
Yeah.
So the you guys can see the crossbow bolt like sling across the field. What the fuck? What was that?
What?
Like the blood that someone added to the fucking
I
battlefield.
did it.
That was funny. I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know I could do the effects.
Yeah, I don't know why you're allowed to, but sure, whatever. So it kind of sticks in, but it doesn't seem like it's you don't think it did too much damage, unfortunately, because it kind of pierces through a few of the slugs, but it doesn't seem to hit the main body. So you can go ahead and end your turn.
I gotcha. I'm gonna move up after that, and then I will end my turn.
'Kay.
Just go here. That's it.
Okay. Elena is still cursing slightly. She's gonna move up right there. Still running over. I am trying to, but it will lag out on me again. For some reason, she doesn't want to move. I'm pressing down. What is actually up with her that she doesn't want to move right there? Oh, well, whatever. I'll pick her up and move her then.
Okay. I'm
I
not doing an
it-
AoE on you, I promise.
No, it says that I'm
I got
colliding
it.
with a wall whenever I move her by my mouth.
It must be something bugged with this battlefield. I'll have to figure that out. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries, you're fine. I
She's
was-
a me, and she's doing like the wiggly, like thrashing thing when you pick her up.
Okay, so for a bonus action, as she's running over, okay, she is going to go ahead and use her sorcery thing, her feature that lets her do this. Give me a second, I gotta find it. I know there's a thing for it. Font of Magic, right? Okay, yes. So she's going to use Font of Magic, and she is going to eat a 2nd level spell slot to gain 2 sorcery points back.
Okay.
And when she does this, you ever seen those like electrical diodes like in horror movies? Like where they've got I can't remember what they're called, the Tesla coils where it's just running up the length of it.
Yeah.
As she's running over, who's behind her can probably see this. The feathers ruffled on her neck. There's more of those tiny sparks just surrounding and jolting up them briefly as she eats this spell slot to gain more sorcery points. So that's how that looks. And I'm then going to do another Chaos Bolt.
Wow. Amazing.
Whoa!
I
Never
know.
saw that coming.
You've never seen it before. Fucking lightning effects.
Nice.
Okay, this time it does 18 damage, and it is either psychic or thunder. So this time I'm gonna say it was psychic damage.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Magic's supposed to be cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, that's why I added the
I
effect.
agree.
I'm sorry, I know I take forever.
Rubs a hand across his muscled abs. And he says, never cared much for that inn.
What the fuck? He ends his turn.
I suppose.
Alright, your turn, hon.
Alright, let's see.
How much HP does this asshole have? He's still uninjured.
Yeah, he's still uninjured. You guys are.
Oh, I haven't been keeping track
Guys
of his
are
HP.
nuts.
Don't worry. I mean, I've been keeping track of how much you're dealing, but I didn't set up a character sheet for this guy beforehand, so
Oh, okay.
that's why.
Alright, so my poison's still applied, so I can just attack this time.
Correct.
Don't forget to give yourselves advantage. I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah!
I've been doing it.
Can I
You have been? Okay, good.
Yeah, that's
What?
why I keep hitting it.
Can I have advantage for the attacks? Can I roll again?
Mhm.
Okay. Does
That
hit?
hits. That hits.
Oh my god!
Very cool.
I need so much damage. Alright, I'm gonna do my offhand as well.
Nice. Get a crit. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh.
Nice. 9 and
What about
7.
poison?
So I preemptively rolled it before because I thought you were gonna hit for some reason, and then he failed it, so it's gonna be an extra 2d8 damage you can roll.
2d8?
Yeah.
And what's the effect of poison again?
So we're just using this as damage for now. We'll have to go over this later, but for now it doesn't do anything else.
Okay.
Okay. So
It says become poisoned until the end of your next turn.
it's just disadvantage on ability checks, but it's not gonna make any sense.
Okay.
So as Iris kind of observes the creature, she kind of figures out where to aim, and she throws her first chakram, which kind of glances off, but then the second one is a strong hit, and it actually cleaves right through one of like the worm like legs that are holding it up, and it kind of like falls to the side a little bit.
Thank you
But
for describing my attacks, Jared.
you're welcome. You can feel free to, but I don't mind doing it. But the leg that falls to the ground, kind of like the cutoff, like worms, kind of like writhe and like curl up and like shrink and then like start smoking on the ground. It leaves like a black patch. So you guys do seem to have done quite a bit of damage to it, especially with like the magical spells that you guys have cast on it. It's the layer of like worms on it definitely seems a lot thinner.
The what?
The layer of like worms and like gross shit on it definitely seems like thinner almost.
Okay.
It seems to be struggling to hold up its own weight on those like spindly arms, where before it had like 10 or 12 of them that were kind of like arching out and doing things. Now it's just got like four legs. All right, so you go ahead and end your turn, Hunt. So you guys can see barreling in from like the sideline from like near the forest. You guys can see a centaur mercenary who is like charging in right now. She's got like a halberd that's lowered towards the beast. She doesn't seem like afraid in the least. You can see her yelling, and as you guys can see and hear her yelling. You guys kind of see like around her halberd like crackles like lightning and thunder energy, and she's actually just gonna charge straight into the beast, and she's gonna impale it in the side. I have to roll an attack. She is gonna miss. She's gonna hit it with like a glancing blow. She's gonna kind of like careen off to the side over here for now. But she will take up position here. She's gonna like slowly turn around for now.
Did she get advantage?
Oh no, she didn't get advantage. Let me check that again. Thank you for the reminder.
Yes.
So all right, so her attack is actually gonna hit. Her halberd's gonna embed itself in the side, and it's actually gonna kind of like fall over a little bit. And when I say fall over, like this thing is kind of like liquid, so it kind of like knocks it to the side, but like its orientation doesn't really seem to change, if that makes sense, because like the worms just kind of shift as it's pushed. Like you don't think that this is something that could really be knocked over. Like it's like a bug that can just flip its arms backwards basically right now. But she's gonna maintain close combat with it for now. And she's also gonna like just kind of like in general shout like a rallying cry to everybody. Doesn't really do anything, but that's what she's shouting.
I feel very inspired.
So this creature's actually, it's actually got, you guys got its attention. It's gonna turn around and face you guys. You guys can see the two red eyes glow. And it's actually going to make a ranged attack against you three that are close, and an attack against the barbarian as well. Alright, so the attack against the barbarian misses. What's you guys' ACs?
15.
My what?
Armor class?
12.
13 and 12.
15.
Alright, then we will say the attack against Elena misses because you're a little far. But basically what's gonna happen is it roars, and it sounds like some kind of there's like almost like a human scream in there, it sounds like, but it's like really, really deep and echoing. But the last of its kind of worm things, they're actually gonna like kind of arch out like as like tendril attacks at you guys basically. So the one that it shoots at Elena misses, and it seems like the beast is kind of like failing a little bit, and the arm that misses you is gonna kind of like just keep extending and try to come back around to you, but it kind of like slows and then just kind of like flops on the ground, and that arm is actually gonna detach and kind of like curl up on the ground and die.
This is so gross.
And the other two of you, I would like you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Who are we talking about?
You and Emily.
Okay. Is it dexterity saving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa.
Why?
So Emily manages to avoid like any direct contact with her skin. She does take, so I'm gonna have you take, I wish it would show, like when I hover over these dice at the bottom, I wish it would just say which, like it would say, oh, it does say D8. I just wasn't holding my mouse still enough. Alright, ignore me. So you're gonna take 7 damage, Emily, and Jackie,
I'm gonna die.
nope, you are actually also going to take 7 damage because of low rolls. But the worms kind of like splash around you as you like block them, and it's going to burn away. It's going to kind of burn away.
Make this public so that I can just do the minus damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
It's okay.
/ roll 7. So you should be. I think you should be able to do it that way now.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Right click and apply damage. Yeah.
So Emily, if you don't know, you can actually
Oh.
you can right click on numbers in chat, and it'll let you apply damage or healing that way to your, as long as you have your token selected. So Jackie, like where the thing you use you kind of like Batman block it, where like you pull your cloak up around yourself.
I'm having trouble with it. Just to let you know.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just gonna.
She got it.
Okay, yeah. I fixed it.
So you kind of like do like the Batman thing where like you draw your cloak up as like the worms like splash around you kind of. Both of the arms that kind of like shoot out at you guys are just gonna kind of like fall along the ground and like curl up. And Jackie, where it touches your cloak, it kind of like burns a whole bunch of holes in it, and it's gonna burn off like half your hood as well.
Okay, so my snake here is probably
Yeah.
visible at this point.
And also, luckily you're already cursed and kind of like immune to poisons.
Yes.
But so nothing else is going to happen to you. But where it touches you, I'd like you to take an extra 2 damage, just because some of it does get splash onto your skin. It kind of leaves like burn marks.
Okay, so 2 damage.
Yeah. But on.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, what?
Here, hold on.
Hey, it's the boar from Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, who knew?
Oh, poor thing!
All right. So, and at the end of this round, one more person is gonna. Oh, and also Emily, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Which I completely forgot about.
It's okay.
So how do the DCs work for con saves? It's like she has to get higher than 7 or something, right? Like
Let me look it up. I'll look it up real quick.
I
and
haven't
I'll let you
done
know.
I haven't done a concentration save in a long time.
I feel like we forget them a lot in Steph's campaign.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm almost there.
It's also been a long time since Steph's campaign.
Uh,
Missed several sessions recently.
When you take damage while you are concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher.
Okay, so you passed, so you maintain concentration on the Fairy Fire. So as you guys as it like makes this like, you know, this kind of like weird like tendril attack, a whole bunch of the worms like kind of fall away, and it seems to just be like stumbling around. But you guys can see the form of like a massive like boar with like 2 giant tusks. Like the tusks are like the length of like your arm, basically.
So this is a really big boar.
Really big boar, yes. And its eyes are still red and glowing, and it kind of has like you can't tell if they're coming from under its skin or if they're just like leeches attached to it, but there's just like worms and stuff like falling off of it, and like all this gross shit basically. And yeah, I think I'll end his turn there, and then that round should be over.
Kill us in this turn?
Yes. Well, no, but for now. Alright, so new round. Your turn.
This is Freya's character.
That's Miley's character.
Okay.
And the other, Zafira is Sam's.
Yeah. But it was Zephyra. Is it Zafira?
I've always said it's Zafira.
I feel like she would have said Zephyra, but...
Yeah. Well, knowing you guys pronounce things the same fucking way, probably.
That's why I'm saying.
Okay, your turn, Emily.
Alright, I think yeah, alright, just making sure. I'm just gonna run up to him. I'm gonna start swinging at its legs. This is close enough. Go away.
I mean, if you insist, I'll leave right now.
Okay.
That hits.
Nice. Hello.
Holy moly!
Hot shit happens.
So it kind of like thuds against the boar's side, but it's like so massive, and like you could tell, even like in its deteriorated state, you can tell it was extremely like it's powerfully built, you know. So your mace doesn't seem to do too much. It just kind of thuds against the matted hair and the yeah. All right. Anything else? Bonus actions or anything?
Nope.
Okay. All right, your turn.
Just gonna stand here.
Okay, so Elena is again going to use her bonus action to Font of Magic, but this time she is going to eat 2 of her sorcery points, which she ate last turn to get a first level spell slot back. So
Okay.
she's back to 1 sorcery point again, and the electrical diode feathers are just going the other direction. The Tesla feathers. 15, 25, 30. She kind of darts up here, and I wonder what she's gonna do.
Whoa.
18.
That hits.
Jesus. Okay. 11 damage, and this time it is 1 or 4, so it is either acid or force. So I'm gonna say it's acid this time.
Okay. That looked gross.
This is acid line.
That's
It looks
funny.
really
Oh my
sick.
god.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. All right, Seth's turn.
All right. Is never really thought that we should be attacking the thing, but since he's now attacking the people he's teamed up with, no one can see what Iz is doing, but they see a giant tentacle fly towards the beast.
Okay.
Oh, is it still on fairy fire?
Yes, it is. Luckily.
kidding.
That hits.
Oh boy.
Are you
You
doing
doing
Yeah,
your
no,
roll
it's
for
alright.
private?
Yep, we don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I roll private.
Is there a random blood spatter?
All right. This paladin woman kind of runs up from the side. She was someone who would, you guys, a couple of you might have seen her. She was staying at the inn. She's gonna run up, and she's gonna raise her sword, and she's gonna attack. Let's see. I guess advantage. So she hits. She is also going to dump a spell slot into it. She's going to deal 11 damage. And you guys see kind of... did he just move? Did I do that?
Yeah.
The fuck? That must have
I
been...
can't move.
I must have pressed something by accident. You guys see like kind of like holy light like flash from her sword, and she like kind of sears the side of it a little bit. Manages to cleave into its side, and it kind of roars. And
You're having a lot of fun with those effects.
I am having
So,
so
I
much. I wish we had more effects.
you,
There's
I
There's
can.
gotta be more you can download.
Yeah, there are.
There's only like 6.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right. Yeah, there are more I can download. And I think I have more. I just have to add them into that.
Yeah, because there's a custom folder, but there's nothing in it right now.
So he is going to. He's gonna charge straight at Elena and try to gore you. What's your AC?
15, but I am gonna burn that first level spell slot I made to make it a 20.
Alright. So make it a 20. So I'll say that it misses. I'm gonna say you take no damage from it, but I am gonna say that he is going to knock you back 20 feet. Unless you go ahead and make a strength saving throw, I guess. Or a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
So 16. I will say that's not high enough to avoid being like kind of like knocked back, and I will also say that you're prone.
That's fine. Wall
Jackie.
of magical force appears in front of her, and she just gets slammed backwards.
Alright, your turn, Jackie.
Just see how far this goes. That's fine. I'm gonna use a. Actually, I don't need to do that this time.
Wait, keep highest gets a 6. I'm so sorry.
What is wrong with me?
Both of those missed, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
What is this crap?
Alright, she's gonna run up. She's gonna make an attack. Hello?
Hello?
Alright, she hits.
I like your shiny gold dice.
Yes, I love them. They look so nice. She's gonna hit for max damage. So 12 damage.
pig got Bloodborne backstabbed.
Yeah, for real.
The pigs in Bloodborne.
Daenerys' turn. Daenerys.
Yes.
Fuck.
There you go.
Yeah, Jared, I spelled it
I-
out phonetically.
Yeah, I know, but I'm losing my mind. Okay, shut up. There's a lot of names to remember here. Okay.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay. I am not deterred. I will walk up to him again.
Oh yeah, can we pause for a second? By the way, hold the phone. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
Why?
He's pull out our third Sed character.
I forgot Kira's here. I haven't said anything about her.
Ask,
Yeah, no,
like,
I
is she
totally
just
forgot.
watching?
I had something I was gonna say about her. So as you guys kind of ran up, she wasn't too concerned about it. But she kind of reaches into her bag and she's got like these like. She's got like a fold-up stool and a fold-up desk that she's using. It's like a little student's desk that she has that just folds up. It's super lightweight, and she's just sitting there and she's watching the battle and she's like cheering for you guys and everything. She's just writing down as much as she can. Yeah, so she has done absolutely nothing. She's just chilling with Iz, and she's not paying too much attention to anything, but she's writing everything down. That's for sure. All right, go ahead and make your attack, Emily.
Alright.
It's funny.
Love that for her. Okay. You're advantageous.
Oh.
Please, God. Let's go.
So I'll give you so you kind of run up to the side of the boar and he's kind of focused on Elena right now, but you kind of like swing your mace around and you hit it in like the side of the face and you crack off the long tusk that's right there. So like its left tusk kind of falls on the ground. All right, who is next? Elena.
So to get up from prone, it takes half my movement, right?
Correct.
Okay. So Elena, again, she cusses a little bit because she just got slammed 15 feet backwards and landed on her ass. So she's gonna drag herself up, and as she does so, her fingers flick again in their usual casting, and she uses her last spell slot to generate the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, the sorcerers are kind of busted.
Oh no, I've used every single spell slot, by the way, in this entire fight. Okay, so she's got the dagger made out of shadows, and she's gonna take a deep breath and sort of move towards the boar to launch an attack against it. Oof.
12 hits. Its AC is 12.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
In this form, it's
Deals
12. It was 15 before.
8 psychic damage.
So
And
8
she's kinda
psychic
panting.
damage. So you're kind of like running up like as like Daenerys like hits it in the side of the head. I don't know if anyone's watched Invincible. Has anyone watched Invincible?
I haven't.
Oh, fine, whatever. But like
You'll have to
you can hear the mace kind of like echo against it, like as like a deep thud, and it kind of like yells again. It's like ah, and then friggin' the tusk cracks off, and it's kind of like stumbling to the side, and you're running up at the same time with this like dagger, like forged out of lightning, and you like jump and you stab it in the forehead. And then like everything goes silent for a second. It had exactly 8 health left.
What?
Everything goes silent for a second, and then the boar kind of just like groans and kind of like falls to the side, and its eyes aren't red anymore. They're like this like burnished yellow color, and everything goes quiet in the glade. So you can shut the fuck up, Rhythm Bot. All right, that lasted pretty much exactly an hour, which was nice.
It did.
So the boar is dead. What do you guys want to do? Kira's gonna like you hear like click 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 click, and her desk kind of folds up and goes back on her back. And she kind of runs up and she's like,
In her back?
she put it on her back. It's like a backpack. Backpack.
Oh no.
How do I end
Can I
combat?
touch the worm?
Save combat over there.
So the worms still seem kind of worms still seem kind of active. Oh, I'm sorry. they still seem kind of active, but they're like slowly like writhing and dying on the ground and like on its body. It just seems to be like it's like black. It's more like black goop flowing out of its pores now, basically. And also, one thing I forgot to describe, Elena, like as you jumped and you stabbed it in the center of the forehead, there was a glyph there that you had stabbed, which is kind of like cracked in half now. It was like a thin stone glyph that was stuck to its forehead that's cracked in half.
Poor boar.
All right, what else do you guys want to do?
I don't know anything about glyphs.
No.
I'm gonna say when the boar fell over, Elena literally just flopped down on the ground and is just laying there panting as like the shadow blade just fades away in her hand. Just staring up at the sky, panting and just fuck.
Seth just doesn't give a fuck at all. He's just way off in the distance. Anything else anyone want to do?
My character just kind of kneels before it.
Do you want to make a nature check, huh?
Sure. Oh boy. I'm so good at these rolls today. I used everything on that natural 20 earlier.
Yeah, right. So the only thing that you could guess as to the origin of the boar is you probably guess it's like some kind of like spirit of the hunt or spirit of the forest nearby, but you don't know any specific lore about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, just gonna kneel in front of it to give thanks for the hunt. Kind of thing.
It takes her second where she's breathing very heavily and then kind of drags herself up from where she's laying on the ground and looks at the boar, and she seems to now that it's like laying on the ground and it's dead, she kind of sighs and seems a little sad, but ultimately drags herself back up off her ass, and with the last glance at the boar, starts making her way towards the Sour Vintage to check on Bertrand and them.
Alpha.
I did take that out of you guys' stuff, so it should be gone next time.
Says alpha.
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 Helpful.
I am the alpha.
Anything else anyone want to do?
I ran off to check on the innkeepers and their
Okay.
peeps.
Yeah, I guess I'll just wait and see if that's like a fuck this thing or like a I'll be right back thing. I'm just gonna watch first.
Yeah, everyone seems pretty dazed in general, except for Kira, who's like running around the boar, like making notes and stuff. The innkeeper and his wife are both fine. Everyone's fine for the most part. They are a little concerned that like the first award line got broken, which they didn't really expect. And this will all take a while to clean up, and they'll probably need to call in like a priestess or a cleric or something to sanctify anywhere that the worms touched, because there's a lot of like black patches on the grass that are still kind of smoking. But for the most part, everything seems fine. You guys managed to stop it in time.
Can I take a trophy?
Yeah, the tusk that Daenerys broke off is on the ground there.
But can I carry it? How big of a piece of the tusk is it?
It's small enough that you could carry it in your pack, the part that broke off. It's maybe the length of your hand and forearm. She didn't break the whole thing off, she broke off like the top half.
Okay, I'll pick that up then.
Okay. Remind me to add that to your character sheet later.
Okay. For all the damage I did.
Yeah. It was Sorcerer kind of carried it a little bit early on. with 20 force bolts or whatever you were casting, chaos bolt.
This means the next battle we can only cast cantrips.
I know. I use everything. But Elena would have used
I mean, it was
everything.
like a
She
mini
likes
boss.
it.
It's fine. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Do what you want.
Elena would have like fucking thrown everything out for the Sour Vintage. She likes
Mhm.
the innkeepers. They were very nice to her.
Well, luckily everything's fine aside from the glade being kind of fucked up. But
And like black rotting worm
Mhm.
spots everywhere.
So now that Kira's done taking her notes, she does seem kind of like somber after this as well. Similar to everyone else, but she fucking combat's over. Get rid of the circle.
No.
There we go. But she would tell you guys that this is the corpse of Nago, a nearby forest spirit who is like a guardian spirit for some of the forests nearby.
Kira's telling us this?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah. Are you wandering back, Elena?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead now that I've checked that Bertrand and them are fine. I'm gonna meander back.
Can I ask her
For how much, Seth?
if
200.
No, they're good. 200 gold. You fucking scam artist. So what were you saying, Blake?
I wasn't saying anything. Elena's wandering back. I think
Okay.
Emily was saying something.
Go ahead,
Um,
Emily. Sorry.
I wanna know if Kira has any idea like what it means that something like this is happening, or like what consequences this could have for the area.
So
If she-
I mean, it's a loss to the area. I mean, the area will be fine. And especially in like a magically rich place like this, just because there's a main guardian spirit doesn't mean, they can never be replaced if they die. There'll probably be something else. Like the land will heal itself eventually, if that makes sense.
It'll just take time.
Yeah, it'll just take time. But
Do we know why it was like this?
so Kira is gonna kneel at the front of the board and she's gonna take a look at that rune at the front.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, maybe I can help her with that.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can both take a look. I'll just do it with advantage, I guess.
Let's see.
Alright, so 20. So there is a she kind of like gingerly picks up like the two stone halves that had been like embedded in like the forehead of the boar. She like gingerly picks them up and kind of like shakes them off, and like a couple of those like small black worms kind of like fall off of it and then sizzle on the ground. But she recognizes the warding as one of Sidon's symbols, who is the god of thunder. And it does kind of bring a shadow to her eye because she knows that, the oath of peace and all that has been keeping, the Titan lords, the Titan gods from, fucking with shit too often. She's heard a lot of stories of like, thunder striking into cities and centaur war bands, razing villages to the ground and in the name of Sidon and all that. And she knows that things have been, getting busy lately for the most part, busy and more dangerous around the lands. But corrupting a forest spirit, sending it to attack an inn, or just, setting it rampaging, this is probably one of the biggest stories she's heard in regards to Sidon in a lot of years. So you guys would hear her kind of like explain that. Like, she might not say those exact words, but that's like the impression you can get from her explanation. Anything else?
Well, should we get going?
Can we really just leave this here?
I was gonna say, I
Seth.
mean, like it.
Straightforward.
There's so many other people to help. I don't know if we really need to deal with it.
It is dead. And this seems to be a popular hub for other people
And
who can handle it.
over the last like 10 minutes or so, the body of the boar has kind of been disintegrating a little bit. Like it seems like it's melting away, and like and like where you can see like holes inside it, like it's just like more writhing masses of worms and stuff, but they just like wherever the light touches them, they just seem to kind of burn away. So the body's just been slowly disintegrated for like the last like 10 minutes, and at this point it's like become like a very thin, like a hide almost on like a pile of bones. So you do think that it probably will just continue that way, but at this point there's not really a ton else you can do to help out around here. There's, you know, satyrs and centaurs like milling around helping clean up and stuff, and Bertrand and Gertrude are kind of directing people and what to do and stuff like that. So you guys would probably be fine to kind of like, you guys can stay for the day and help if you want, or you can head out now, and I don't think too many people would notice.
I would vote to head out.
And
Yeah.
especially with something like this happening, this is probably something that the prophet would want to know about as well. So
Yeah.
Did you say prophet? Is that synonymous with oracle?
yes, sorry.
Okay, sorry, I was just making sure.
All right, so you guys want to head out then? You guys want to continue on your way?
I will, regardless of.
Are we still waiting for Nathan's character at this?
He's gonna meet you guys at the next crossroads.
Okay,
He'll be waiting there for you guys.
okay. I'm good to head out.
Okay.
Though I am gonna check to see if there's a cowl around that I can replace my current one with.
Oh yeah. So does anyone have anything to say to Jackie, who's kind of like trying Jackie's character, who's
I'm like,
she's like kind of
my
hovering.
ladders down.
Oh my god, freak. So
How dare you?
is there anyone who would react poorly to her having Medusa hair?
I already did. He called me a freak.
Well, I mean, but like, is there anyone who would have made a deal about it the second they saw it? Alright, so, Jackie, nobody seems to care too much. If you want to find another cowl, you can.
I want another cowl.
Okay,
I have a little bit of gold, don't I?
make a stealth check on.
I would offer her mine, but I kind of want it.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Alright, so, Gertrude is gonna notice you, kind of like ashamedly trying to hide your snake hair, and she's gonna actually walk another cowl over to you, like a spare one of hers.
Oh, that's so sweet.
See? They're so nice. We had to save them.
I bow respectfully to her and take the cowl. With much appreciation. I give
Seth,
her.
make a stealth check, Seth.
Hold on.
I can't even read your numbers. So you kind of like, you're kind of like hovering towards the back of the party. Gertrude's like kind of like covering up Iris, and she kind of glances over at you, and she's like staring daggers at you because she saw that you stayed in the back. You could see her mouth the word coward at you, but she doesn't do anything else. So
I give Gertrude a few gold.
okay. However much you can just subtract from your sheet.
Okay. I'm just gonna give her 2 because I really don't have much gold.
Okay.
We started out with 10.
Oh, you poor thing.
I got 1 from my Notice of Princess Mononoke. I did add that to my.
So you have the trophy you got. Like most of everything else is being like slowly dissolved in like this pool of like acidic worms. And like even the bones are being eaten away slowly as you guys like kind of while around this area. The only clean part that you guys have salvaged is you have 1 tusk of Nago in your inventory, Jackie. That's what you got.
You cut out.
A tusk of Nago.
Okay.
Anything else anyone want to do before you guys head out?
I want to change which spells I have prepared, but I'm guessing that's not really something you can do. Or is that
g-
only on level up, actually?
it's on for clerics and druids. It's supposed to be on long rest, but I'm gonna let you do it on a short rest as well. But you can do it now if you want, since we're pretty early in the campaign. I'm not too worried about it.
Sure. Thanks. I have to look through them.
Since we're all getting ready to leave, Elena's gonna go give Gertrude another hug and make sure that they're all okay. She's gonna go give Bertram a hug.
Oh,
Excuse me, motherfucker. And she's gonna try and find those other people who helped and just give them a thank you. Like
Okay.
just kind of a cordial little
mm.
thanks for coming out when everything went to shit. And then kind of
Here.
trails back off to the main group again.
Okay.
Because Elena likes it.
So we'll just say an hour or two passes. You guys, do a little bit of help cleaning up. With the body having dissolved, the main thing that people were concerned about was the main thing people were concerned about was like they're kind of marking off the patches so nobody steps in those areas. But you guys are gonna head out to the road. You guys have helped more than enough, especially since you guys slayed it. Gertrude and Bertrand are actually also gonna give each of you gets one food ration for the road, and they're also gonna refund your last night's stay, so you can each have, I think, 1 gold. And if you guys need another place to stay at some point, they won't charge you next time you come either. Was that a bird?
What was that?
No.
No. All right.
Alright.
Anything else?
Food ration. Okay.
That's it.
How do I
Right.
add food rations again? Sorry,
I just
haven't
went to my inventory and it has like a
Oh, okay, yeah.
under consumables. You can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't done inventory management too much in this yet.
Okay, let's see.
I need to take like 2 minutes to use the restroom, but then I'm still down to keep going if we want to.
Up to you guys. If you guys want to stop here since we don't have Nathan, you can, but it's up to you guys.
I mean, I'm having a good time.
I'm fine to do like the traveling part if you guys want. I don't really want to start the next area without Nathan, so I'd rather wait for him, but we can finish up a little more.
Travel and stop at the entrance to the dungeon? Or
Yeah.
do y'all just want to stop here?
Do you guys just want to stop where you meet up with Nathan and we'll pick up from there?
Either.
Why don't we stop where we meet up with Nathan? Because I don't want Nathan to miss like the entirety of the intro because he already missed part of the last time. I mean, it's lucky his character's flaky because it's worked out narratively, so I don't really mind if it works out narratively. Yeah, why don't we unless people have like any other like last minute things they want to do, then we can just stop here for now. Or stop when you guys get to the crossroads, I mean.
I'm okay stopping here.
Okay, because I kind of want to look and see how far the travel is supposed to be
Okay.
as well. So
That was a cool fight.
yeah, it was fun. It went pretty well for me not having made a character sheet at all.
You narrated it well.
Well, I mean, all I had to do was do my memory of the movie, which was fun. Sick movie, by the way. If anyone hasn't seen Princess Mononoke, so fucking good. It's one of my favorite Ghibli movies.
I watched that a long time ago and it scared the hell out of me because I was young.
Does anyone have anything else they want to say before we stop?
No.
No, but it was
No.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad the fight went well.
Seth trying to book it out of there the entire
Mm.
Trying to
time.
book it. I just didn't see a reason to kill it.
Yeah, he wasn't actively running away from us.
True, just not participating.
I didn't have any reason to think that it was coming after us. Maybe the end had it coming.
So you're more about self-preservation than
More about being a bitch. All right. Okay, it was fun. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. We'll play again next Sunday, and I will make sure Nathan's good to go next time.
Okay.
All right.
Make sure he
He
doesn't
doesn't
get
Alright.
these.
Thanks for playing.